prove that I would be the violent motherfucker standing over somebody trying to cut their head off right now? Do I really strike you as that kind of individual? Just asking. Take a look at my record. There's one prior domestic violence.
You're a victim or something?
I did attempt to choke my husband to death.
What's going to do? So, investigative workforce going to sit in with us to record the interview, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, will you read that red sign aloud, please?
This room is being audio and video recorded.
Do I have your permission?
Yes.
Okay, so Daniel, will you spell your last name aloud, please? Okay, and spell your first name aloud?
D-A-Y-N-A.
D-A-Y-N-A, see that's a little different. Do you have a middle name?
Lynn.
Okay. And what's your date of birth?
69.
Okay. All right, and what's your address?
Boston Avenue, Lakewood, apartment B12.
Okay. What's the best phone number for you?
25.
You didn't grow up in Tacoma, did you?
No.
Where are you from?
Alabama.
Alabama, where?
Huntsville.
Huntsville? I spent about 5 years in Addison.
Yeah.
Yep, when I was a drill sergeant there at the MP school.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Alrighty, so before we get started, I'm going to turn this down. If you got a phone, turn it down.
I did.
That way, so you're way ahead of me. And the time I have now is 12:55 hours, 0055, and date is now the 11th of April. Okay, so what happened tonight?
We were in the back room trying to help Kitty have kittens, and we heard a bunch of commotion, and one of the kids in the front room yelled Amber, and we heard the door fly open. So we all went to the front, and I went to the window where they were all standing at trying to see what was going on, and there was two guys fighting. The black guy was already on his back on the ground, and the white guy was on top of him, you know, kind of like holding him down, and you know, had his hand around his neck and stuff, and he was hitting him a little bit, and then he went, you know, further down on top of him, put his chest on, they were chest to chest, and he was telling him, I don't know, say uncle, or say I'm God, or I don't know what it was. It was, I don't know.
Stupid, huh?
Yeah, some testosterone shit. And then it went on for a couple of seconds, and he went down, the white guy went down on his side and rolled the black guy somehow and got his arm around his neck and was choking him. And the guy, he would let up a little bit, and the guy was begging him to stop and begging him to, you know, get up and help him, and he was just yelling, "Somebody please help me." And I saw another one of the neighbors come up, and the white guy that was on top of the black guy jumped up off top of him, and that's really all I saw. You know, it seemed like it lasted forever, but I know it couldn't have.
Okay.
But he was just begging him to, you know, stop.
Do you remember what he was saying exactly? Get off of me or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, please get off of me. Please get off of me. Help me. Please help me. And
Did you see, do you know these neighbors at all?
no, I just know him.
Seen them?
You know,
You don't know them by name or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so how many times did he ask him to get off him, or?
Oh, it 4 or 5 times. It could have been more than that.
Okay.
The girlfriend of the white guy.
Was he gasping or anything?
Yeah, he was kind of gasping at times, and then, you know, he would, I guess that was when he would let up off of him, you know, the guy spoke kind of clear, you know, please help me, get up, please, you know.
I interrupted you, I'm sorry,
No
about the girlfriend.
The girlfriend came out the front door, and
The girlfriend of the white guy.
of the white guy, and she had a machete in her hands, and, you know, I don't know
Did
what.
she say anything?
I don't know, she was talking to the white guy, but, you know,
You know what she said?
that was the only time I said anything. I was like, you know, you better not. And that's when I left.
You told her you better not. Did
Yeah,
she raise
I
it
said-
up or anything?
No, she didn't.
She just had it in her
Yeah,
hand?
she just had it in her hand, and that's when I left the window and went downstairs because I knew we were missing a child. You know, that's when, you know, because the door was open and she was out there with a knife, and I was just, you know, after one of the kids. And
Okay.
when I got down there, you know, well, before that happened, when the girl came out with the knife, the white guy walked around him, got in the car, and was fixing to get in the car, and the white guy who had came up initially to help the guy, he said, "You're going to jail, asshole." And then the white guy said, I know, but I'm gonna get out of here first. Something of that nature. And went on and got in the car, and that's when I got the tag.
Okay.
And then I went out.
So the white man got into, you know what kind of car it was?
It was a little blue car, I believe, and
And you got tagged?
I got the tag.
And you gave that to police when they called
As
them?
soon as they pulled up, I gave it to them, yeah.
Did you call 911 or anything?
No, as usual, I couldn't find my phone, but
Okay.
the guy that had walked up said he had already called the police.
What was, okay, a third white male walked up, and who's that? Do you know him?
I never
Somebody
seen
from,
him,
okay.
yeah.
And did he do anything?
He was bent over trying to talk to the guy on the ground.
After they separated, after the
Yeah.
other white male left, and was talking to the black male?
Was the black male on the ground, was he saying anything to the guy that was helping
Not that
out?
I could hear, no.
Was he appeared to be passed out or
Yeah.
unconscious or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
Okay, so he wasn't moving or?
no, not at all. And his breathing, I looked at his stomach and it was just really, really shallow.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember what the white male who was doing most of the damage was wearing?
Dark clothes, it was dark t-shirt, dark pants.
Okay. Would you recognize that guy if you saw him again?
I don't know if I'd recognize his face, I really don't. And I believe I walked past him, you know, I couldn't say for a positive, you know, I could try.
Okay. Do you know what the victim, the black male, was wearing?
No,
Okay. And you said you didn't know the third white male, but
no, not at all.
what was the girl wearing? White female, black female?
A white female, she had on a dark hoodie. The rest of her, I really don't know.
Okay.
She had on some shorts.
Well, how
I
would you
believe.
describe her? Is she thin? Is she heavy?
She's about medium build, and to me, she's kind of short, but she's probably my height. She's got short red hair.
Okay.
Nothing special.
Okay. Any scars from our tattoos?
She
Piercings,
has some
anything? weird?
freckles, I think, but
Okay.
I know her. Her name's Amber. She's a drunk.
Amber. Okay.
Mhm.
Have you talked to her before in the past yet? She got kids or anything?
Not that I know of.
What about that machete? Could you describe it?
It was a long black machete is what it looked like.
Did she threaten him with it or say anything to him?
Not that I know of.
Just stood there
I
with
think
it?
she just stood there with it.
Was she just standing on the side or?
And she was standing right there at his feet.
Okay, do you think he saw her? Or what do you think her purpose was there?
Probably to stab the black guy too,
Okay.
if she didn't do it already. Because somebody, one of the girls told me that she stabbed him after he was down, but I didn't see that. I
Who told
didn't
you
see, the fat girl that was at the house with me, what's her name? Kelsey.
Kelsey, white female?
White female, the one that didn't want to make a statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know where she lives?
Over at the end of those apartments on the left, if you're going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On the left. Okay, gotcha. Anybody else witnesses out there with you?
You know, other than Steven, the little boy that lives in the same house as me.
Okay.
You
How
know,
old's
Kelsey,
Steven?
he's 15,
15.
I think.
Okay. And who is he to you?
He's my best friend's son,
Okay. Do you know Steve's last name?
Fountain.
Fountain, okay. Just like the water fountain? Okay. All right. And he lives where? Same place you live?
B12, yeah.
Okay, B12. Okay. Anything else you think that's important?
Other than there's a lot of domestic violence over with Amber and the white guy, and he's just really obnoxious and abusive,
Yeah, you don't know his name?
you know.
Okay. Anything else, Tim?
Anything prior to this incident, I mean, do you think that what might have led up to, I mean, like days prior, was there any type of altercation or anything?
No,
or?
I don't, the victim, they just moved in, and he was really, really nice, so I can't imagine. Oh, the white guy did say, you shouldn't have talked to me. You shouldn't have said anything to me. You shouldn't have spoke to me. You know, I guess.
During the assault, he was saying that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the white guy, the white girl, there's been a couple of little things going on out there where she'll try to make it look like she's getting attention from, you know, certain people to get him stirred up.
Right.
You know, and you know she's an attention needy woman.
Right. Okay. All right. Anything else?
He's okay.
Yeah, so far, that's what I'm hearing so far. And everything else different.
Good.
Unless you got something else to
I
add,
wish I had something that's all I can remember right now.
I might contact you later
You can.
to look at some photos. Okay.
That'd be fine.
Specifically, and then we'll so that may be tomorrow or next day.
That's
okay.
fine.
Okay. All right. If you don't have, with your permission, then we'll go ahead and end the interview. And the time I have now, we'll use the same clock, is 1:06 a.m. and still April 11th. Okay, we'll turn it off, we'll get your roll.
Okay.
Give me just a second, let me get that turned off and I'll get you out of here and we'll get your
Okay.
roll. Remember, so let me make sure that recording is on. You got it? Okay. We should be recording. I'm Detective Gonzalez, investigator. We're starting to be here in a second. I'm going to go through Miranda with you because there's some questions about your participation.
Reading my rights.
Yeah, I am. And then we'll go from there, okay? Okay, thanks. Read the red sign left, please.
This room is being audio and video recorded.
Do I have permission to record the interview?
You do.
Okay. Thanks. That is April 11th, 2016. Time I have now, what's the official time now? 1:15. So 1:15. And Amber, spell your last name aloud for me.
LAMCE.
Okay. And spell your first name aloud for me.
Amber. AMBER.
Okay. And do you have a middle name?
See.
Okay. And what's your date of birth?
1983.
Okay. Where do you live now?
7 Boston Avenue, Southwest, apartment, Lakewood, Washington, 98499.
And what's the best phone number for you?
509. Correct.
All right, so this is the way I like to do this. I'm gonna give you a blank form, just like this one. I'm gonna read aloud from the form and have you sign once you make your decision, and we'll switch. Then I'm gonna have you initial each one of those, indicating you understand your rights, send the bottom, put your decision on there, all kind of stuff. So I'm gonna read aloud, starting at advisement of rights. Before questioning to make any statement, I'm going to advise you of rights. You have the right to remain silent. Any statement that you do make can be used as evidence against you in court of law. You have the right this time to talk to an attorney. Your choice may have your attorney present before and during questioning and to make any statement. If you cannot afford an attorney, you're entitled to have one appointed for you without cost to you. You have an attorney present at any time during questioning and the making of any statement. You may stop answering questions or ask for an attorney at any time during any questioning and making any statement. You understand each of these rights are explained to you.
I would like to ask a question.
Do you understand your rights,
Why
yes or no?
am I being read my revenge rights?
I'm not going to talk to you until you make a decision, okay? Do you understand your rights?
I would like to ask the question of why I am being read my Miranda.
Listen.
Such thing, sir.
Okay, and explain.
The way that you're speaking to me.
Okay, I'll be nicer then. Okay?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any right to yell at me. I do not wish to be yelled at.
Okay. You want to talk to me?
Is that possible?
Yeah, sure it is.
I understand my rights as they've been read to me.
Do you want to talk to me? Yes or no?
I'm not quite sure of that.
Yes or no? It's a simple question.
I will speak to you.
That's a yes.
That is.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. Initially, it's your rights indicating you understand them. Initial the 2 questions I ask you, put your answers there, and sign there. Understand that part? Answer the second question.
Is any
Read it.
statement I make.
No. Read that question. I read it to you aloud. You told me you understood it. Thank you. Okay, what's the story? What happened tonight? Tell me.
Good question.
You were there, I wasn't.
You're right, I wasn't either.
Okay,
I was in my bedroom naked,
okay,
half asleep, getting fucked. Seriously drunk, on the way to getting drunker,
okay,
as far as I understood it.
okay.
I heard something in the parking lot.
Mhm.
When I went out there was a man laying behind my boyfriend's truck, bleeding out.
Okay,
I ran back inside. Okay, I was outside in a jacket, no clothes on. I
okay.
went back inside, I put on this and a different pair of jeans than I'm wearing now.
Mhm.
I grabbed my sweatshirt, I took it, I wrapped it around the man's neck.
Mhm.
I picked the man up off the cement and I held him until a Hispanic man came and had me rolling on his side.
Okay, and that's it. That's all I have. So where does this machete come in?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have no idea of a machete.
I'm not gonna ask you, you know that, if somebody hasn't mentioned it. Okay, somebody puts you at the base of his feet holding a machete. So I have a problem with that. That's for that assault.
You're absolutely incorrect.
Okay.
There is a machete in my apartment. I never held it. It is on the inside, right-hand side of my door.
What color is it?
I don't know because I've never actually taken it out of the casing. It was provided to me for my own protection.
You never,
by my
have you ever
boyfriend.
had it, held it?
I've never taken it out of the casing.
You've never
I've never
touched
had
it?
cause to. No,
Never
sir.
touched it, not once.
I did pick it up and put it by the left hand or the right hand side of my door.
Tonight?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You didn't take it outside though?
No,
Not one time?
no. It's still inside the apartment. In fact, when I went back inside the apartment at, I don't know, between 6 and 7, I moved it back to my bedroom behind my workout equipment where I usually keep it.
Where's the machete now?
As far as I know, behind my workout equipment in my bedroom.
Okay. What do you mean workout equipment? Is it a bench or is it an elliptical or
I
something?
use
or what? Three weights?
overhead bar
Okay.
for lower and upper workouts.
Oh, like a
So,
pull-up bar?
yeah, so I keep my pull-up bar right next to the dresser.
Okay,
Usually the machete is located behind that.
so it's behind the dresser now? or no?
I usually locate, well,
The machete.
it's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Benjamin had it there to begin with.
Who do you live there with? Who's Benjamin?
Benjamin Lewis, my boyfriend.
Benjamin Lewis. Okay,
He had it located there before I ever moved in. When I moved in, my workout equipment went in front of the machete.
how long have you been living there?
3 months,
3 months.
approximately.
Okay. Where'd you live before?
I lived in Wenatchee, Washington.
In Nashville. What's the deal with Benjamin? Is he civilian or is he prior military? What's his?
He's a discharged military.
Oh, how long's he been out?
2011.
Oh, he's been out a bit. Okay. What's he do now?
He is a cement finisher.
Cement finisher. My problem is I have two people saying that you stood there over this guy. Now, you know, obviously you got a machete in your hand. That's a problem for me. While Benjamin's going at him.
Sir, you may test the machete that's in my apartment for fingerprints. I've never taken it out of
Well,
its
if you
casing.
touched it, I mean, that's kind of a.
I picked it up earlier and I put it by the front door
Okay.
out of discomfort. But I never ever took it out of its casing. I never threatened any person. I never stood anywhere
How would
over
anybody know
anybody.
that you had it?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, that's really not an explanation. I mean, they don't have X-ray
I
vision.
can't give you an explanation
They
for
don't have
something
X-ray
that
vision, Amber.
I have not done.
So how do you explain someone knowing that you even have a machete?
My neighbor Diane knows that I have a machete. I mentioned to her twice now.
I haven't talked to Diane.
She's the only person I actually really even talk to in the neighborhood. So,
Okay.
aside from I've given Nene's children food, I'm relatively uncomfortable there.
Mhm.
I feel very out of my element.
Mhm.
It's really not my place of being.
What do you
Sorry,
mean?
I
What do you mean? In that apartment complex?
It's like the seventh circle of hell in there. But watch everything that happens. It's really not my thing.
Yeah.
I came from Pleasantville in comparison, so I stay inside.
Yeah.
And I work 72 hours a week, so I'm
What do you
really
do?
not there. I'm a steel mill operator at AEP Span in the Port of Tacoma.
Okay. Is that on the tie flats?
Yes.
Okay.
More than 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's not like a, what do you call it?
'Cause
What do you call it? 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 What do merchant marine type deal. It's not one of those,
It's not a,
you're not making $103 an hour. You're not there.
Oh, I sure wish.
Yeah, there.
I'm more like working for $13 an hour,
Yeah.
and anything else is time and a half, and so
That's why you're
I
working
take time
7 hours a week. Okay. The only problem I got with that is, how to explain that, I can't, I take everything objectively, okay? I haven't talked to Diane, I don't even know who that is. I got other neighbors saying that you're standing at this guy's feet. My problem with that, Amber, okay, when I write my report, and I'm just being honest with you, okay, I gotta take that to a judge or a prosecutor, and I gotta say, hey, listen, I got this girl who the 2 neighbors say are standing next to me with a machete, and she says she didn't know them, okay? And she says, yep, I got a machete, and it's black. And
well, you could possibly take a look at my record. There's 1 prior domestic violence,
okay,
okay,
Yeah.
in which I feel
you're a victim or something?
was well warranted and not appropriate to say probably, but I did attempt to choke my husband to death.
Okay,
But as far as assaulting somebody with a deadly weapon, it's really not my style.
okay, I get that part, then. That's fine, all right? But the problem I have is, is it reasonable for you to go out there or someone to think that, hey, Benjamin's kicking this
I'm a
guy's ass?
certified professional rescuer, sir.
Okay.
I'm far more likely to try to save
Let me
somebody.
let me finish my statement, okay? That's Benjamin out there kicking this guy's ass, or for whatever reason,
I
okay?
had no part of it. I know no part of it. I honestly do not.
And you go out there and take up for him,
No, sir.
either not actively,
Benjamin
but
is a violent
by a matter
individual.
of intimidation. It sounds like he is a violent individual.
So.
Yeah.
It is not likely that I would be in support.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know you. I met you right now. Wouldn't start off so well, but that's the way it is.
I wasn't the one yelling at you.
Okay, but I want to make sure you understand who's in charge here. Okay. I'm asking the questions. That's my job. I've been doing this a couple days, as you can tell, right? I
Absolutely.
didn't start here
I'm
yesterday.
not questioning your ability.
Okay, I'm telling you. I just want to make sure that you understand what the deal is.
I do.
Do you have any other explanation about this machete?
Dust it.
It's
Do it.
If I have to, I'll do that. Okay.
Do it.
It's not going to
Prove that I'm the kind of person that would do something like that.
It's not.
Dust it for prints. Prove that I would be the violent motherfucker standing over somebody trying to cut their head off right now. Do I really strike you as that kind of individual? Just asking.
I don't know.
Drunk or not? Come on, give me a break.
Who knows? I talked to a lot of murderers. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Males, females, whatever. And I don't know your history.
You're right.
I'm just asking
So
you
I'm
questions.
suggesting maybe you should look it up.
Okay. I will. I'm giving you an opportunity to give your side.
I'm giving it.
Okay. So
Be honest with
no
you.
other explanation for that. Yes or
I
no?
did not do it.
Okay. So you just deny it. Okay. Can't explain it. Just deny it. Okay. Anything else you think that's relative you need to add to your statement?
No, sir.
Okay.
you didn't witness any of the fight?
No, I went out into the parking lot and saw a man bleeding behind Benjamin's truck. I wrapped my sweater around his neck and I tried to save that man's life.
Where's Benjamin by that time?
Well, I would hope well the fuck away from that situation because he's already fucked now, as far as I understand it.
What about the guy that was on the ground? When did you guys ever see him before?
Yes, there have been problems throughout the day with this individual.
What kind of problems?
Okay, so earlier today, he came to my apartment at about 9 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
He asked me to fix his DVD player. I entered the individual's apartment while Benjamin was in the shower. The DVD player was obviously broken, like smashed, punched. There was no way of fixing this. I told him, there's something wrong with the thought process that you could even make this work. I'm not going to have any further part in this. Later this week, I will move my things to this side of the mountains. If you want a VCR, I have a VCR, some DVDs, things like that. I can provide those to you. He said, okay. He had a TV sitting on the floor on the side of the apartment with a red tag on it. I'm really not sure what the guy's story was at that point in time. I was relatively confused and him asking me to hook up a DVD player that was obviously broken. I left the apartment, went back inside my apartment. Benjamin and I came back from the beach with the kids today, and he came to the apartment. He came to the window, and he asked if Ben was a mechanic, and Ben said, yeah, I can wrench. And he said, well, will you come help me fix my car? Ben went out there. He was out there 2.5 hours. While I was inside the apartment, I was listening to Al Green in my bedroom, and his brother, the gentleman in apartment 9, walked by, and he looked like he might have been enjoying the music. And I said, yeah, that's good. Enjoy that. And he said, yeah, your man's about to get his ass kicked. And I said, what did you just say to me? And he didn't answer me. He just kept walking. I went in the kitchen. I took all the food out of the refrigerator. I put it on a plate, microwaved it. I took it out to Ben. I said, Ben, you need to come back inside the apartment right now. It's dinner time. Ben came in. He ate. The gentleman that was asking for the wrenching came back to the window. He asked to use our Wi-Fi. Ben denied him. He said, we only have a limited amount of data. I cannot allow you to do this. The way the guy looked at him was kind of scary. I went next door to Diane's apartment. I said, Diane, something's wrong. The way this guy is looking at Ben is scaring me. She said, I have a 38. I'm licensed to use it. If you need help, knock on my door. A half an hour later, the guy comes back. He asks Ben for a jump. I said, Ben, don't go outside. Ben says, I'm gonna go give him a jump. I walked next door. I knocked on Diane's apartment. I said, something's going on. Don't trust these people. Ben's outside with the cables on the car for approximately 14 minutes. The guy is nowhere to be found. He said he needed to go make a phone call. I said, Ben, disconnect the cables, put them in the car, turn it off, and get out of the vehicle. Come inside the apartment. He says, no, I'm gonna wait for him. And so he waits 22 minutes for this guy to come back. Diane's standing outside with me. The guy finally comes back. Ben gives him a jump. We push the guy's car out of the parking lot. We jump start it, and he comes back 10 minutes later and parks right next to Ben's car. I don't know what the circumstances are after this. I've been drinking extensively throughout the night. I'm drunk now. Ben and I were in the bedroom. We were doing our thing. Ben says, we're out of beer. I'm going to the store. I'm going to get more beer. That's the last I heard of it.
Okay. Where's Diane live?
Right next to me.
What do you know the apartment number?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't specifically,
So
sir.
you're at the bottom right, she's left.
She's this side of me. I'm here. We live next to each other.
Okay. What's Diane looking?
She has blonde hair,
White female?
white female,
Okay. How old is she?
approximately between 38 and 39, I don't know. Somewhere
Okay.
30s, 40s.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
You good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
133.
What is it?
133.
So 133. Can still April 11th, with your permission, go ahead and in your interview. Good with that?
Correct.
All right. I'll get back with you, Steve.
Okay.
I get that. But here's the thing. This is bullshit. This is some racist horseshit. This is actually reverse racist. You talk to the fucking neighbors, even the neighbor brought out their gun. Yeah. I mean, I'm giving you all the information I can give you, dude. All I'm saying is I got fucking harassed, fucking,
And you reached your limit, apparently.
yeah.